Hello again and welcome to Check Out, my weekly magazine video series looking at the keeping, breeding and showing of cage birds with a particular focus on the exhibition style budgerigar. And we're going to continue our focus in this episode on the breeding element. You may remember in the last episode we began by looking at how I pair my birds up, and we looked at particular focus on the pair one that are now in cage number one. If you haven't seen that episode, do go back and have a look, and it shows how I go through the whole process. Those of you that follow me on social media will know that, or follow Shed Talk on social media will know that that pair is started off quite well, and that the hen has actually cleared the nest box, is spending quite a bit of time in the nest box, and the cock's bird showing quite a lot of interest in her, particularly when she comes out, which she has literally just done on cue. So what we'll do in this episode then is we'll follow that up by pairing up the second and third pair, and we will take a look at those. Before I do that, those of you that are in the UK, and particularly in the southern part of the UK, will know that we've had some really heavy rain. I think there was something like a month's worth of rain fell overnight, and I was affected by that, and indeed the outside shed where I keep the five and foreign birds actually got flooded. I sometimes do have a little bit of water, but it was, there must have been about an inch of water in the bottom of the shed. Not good news. Unfortunately, where I am, the runoff from some hills behind me comes straight down, and in fact the house was built on what used to be, I suppose, an old marshy field. From my youth, I remember it being a marshy field. So it does end up being quite saturated, and unfortunately, with the amount of rain we had, that got flooded. Touch wood, at the moment, I haven't lost any birds due to that. I mean, it's cleared now. I mean, it cleared within a couple of hours, but it is still quite damp in there. I've got the heating on out there to just hopefully try and clear up most of the dampness, and I'm hoping we won't have too much more rain over the next few days, and it'll give it a good chance to dry out. So, like I say, touch wood, it won't impact too greatly on the canaries. Right, let's look at pairing up cage 2 and cage 3. So this pair then is pair 2, and the cockbird on the right, which is a cinnamon sky blue, 2023 run bird. It did come out second in my rundown, and he is from the, just double check, he's from the yellowface family, although not a yellowface himself, as you can probably tell. So that's the cockbird then, and the hen is another dark green, I think she is, and again 2023 run bird, and this bird is from the blue family. You may remember this is one of the many reasonable hens we got off the cobalt. So again, not too closely related. If anything, I might have preferred them to be a little bit more closely related than they are. I think the offspring for me is again about 9% in terms of the inbreed coefficient. Cockbird really not showing herself very well. The hen's been quite aggressive towards him, which is probably why he looks a bit submissive there. I'm hoping when he settles down, or when she settles down, she will take him up in the breeding cage. In terms of their scoring, so the cockbird will generally lack a little bit in terms of overall size and linear feathering, and Could do with a little bit more feather density. Sorry, that was the hen. So the hen, sorry, I've got down here, lacked a little bit of linear feathering, so a little bit of width between the eyes. So could have done with a bit more size to her, and not particularly dense in feather. The cockbird. So the cockbird could do with a little bit more around the back of the skull, although he's not showing it too much now. And again, not the most heavily feathered bird, but had a little bit of length and size to him. And I think now the cockbird, when he stands well, you can see that. The cockbird lacked a little bit of balance and deportment, which I'm hoping the hen will bring. Although again, now when he does stand well, he looks all right over it, but generally not the greatest in terms of balance and deportment. Starting to puff himself up a little bit now, showing off a little bit in front of this hen. I've got his tail trapped in the door, so I'm going to try and remove that now without him suddenly becoming right. Tail is now out of the door, but they are now both sat the same side. Let's see if I can move them over a little bit, or one of them across, maybe the hen, so we can get a look at her from the other side. There we go. Right, so that's pair 2, and they will go into cage number 2. As always, do let me know your thoughts on them. Right then, let's have a look at pair number 3. And so on to pair number 3. Cockbird on the right, hen on the left as you look at them. Cockbird is a cinnamon grey-green. Missing half a wing at the moment, which isn't a good sign, not necessarily in the best condition, although he's been showing lots of interest in the flight, so I'm hoping that's just a temporary setback for him. The grey-green then is off of the grey family, as you might gather. This bird I've tried in the breeding cage before without much success, so I'm hoping this time round will be luckier than previously. I did have a brother to this bird that I actually thought was slightly better, but unfortunately that bird didn't. I think it died last year. So, as always, the better of the birds tend to be the ones that die. So, next hen then is this light green hen. The light green hen is off of the green family. I don't have that many birds from the green family left, so I'm hoping we will, like I say, get something off of this hen. So the cockbird then, in terms of what it lacked, so it lacked a little bit of backstow, I think, and it lacked a little bit of overall size, and lacked a little bit of feather density. It did well in the spots and well in linear feathering. The hen, on the other hand, a little bit smaller, but had a lot more back scar on it and width between the eyes. And had some quite nice balance in deportment. I'm not showing it quite so well now. I can see no reason why I wouldn't put these two birds together. Again, not too closely related. So hopefully this pair will again be alright in the breeding cage. So that is pair number 3. Well, before I put the third pair away into cage number 4, I forgot to say, so the cockbird is a 2022 rung bird and the hen is a 2023 rung bird. So like I said, I have tried the cockbird before without too much success, and in terms of these two closeness, I know I said they weren't too close when we were looking at them. Actually the offspring has only got about just under 5% inbreeding coefficient, so very, very low. Perhaps a bit too low, but I'm going to put these two together anyway. They both came third in the rundown, so are in effect both the third best birds in my shed based on the scoring system, of course. Anyway, right, like I say, I'll put these two back into the breeding cage. We will have a look at the final 3 pairs to go in cage 4, 5 and 6 in the next episode, but I'm going to give these a chance to settle in and see how they get on. Well, that is the first 3 breeding cages now with pairs in, and obviously the last 2 pairs that have gone in haven't yet got nesting boxes on. I will fit those tomorrow, and then of course the final bit for the next week is pairing up the final 3 cages with pairs 4, 5 and 6, as I say. Hope you enjoyed that, a little look at the second and third pair. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. All the likes help the channel to grow, and like I say, we're always trying to get somewhere up close to that 30 likes. Don't forget to comment on anything you've seen or anything you'd like to see in a future video, or just any comments generally. Let me know whether you're paired up, and how your breeding season is going, if like I say, if you have paired up. If you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, then and you've made it this far, then you might as well subscribe. And don't forget, if you want early notifications, do click on the bell icon. But you know what's coming next. As always, till the next one, do stay safe and enjoy the birds.